height. And then you have your Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome on in. Thank you for joining on this very irregular impromptu stream today. We are doing something very special, something that I've been waiting for about a month now, a little bit over a month, to actually be able to purchase and then actually have them shipped and received. We are going to be unboxing the VKB Gladiator NXT EVO flight system. I got two sticks. I got the right and a left. The left one is the Omni throttle, and you'll kind of see what that means here in just a moment. But let's go ahead and get started with the whole thing and show you off all the boxes and everything, and get this party going. So here we have our sticks. Sorry for the weird angle. I'm using webcam, and this way I can get it working. But we've got the right normal grip. As you can see, the box is kind of half destroyed, but the stick is fine. I've already tested it and checked it. So yeah, we got that. We've got the left hand. This is the Omni throttle. That was the right hand. This is the Omni throttle. This is the Omni throttle. Box in pretty good condition. FedEx. And you can kind of see at the top here, possibly that the stick looks like it's kind of tilted a bit, and that's what the Omni throttle is for. It kind of tilts sideways, make it feel more like a regular throttle versus a straight up and down stick, like the normal one is. And then finally in the middle, we've actually got two of these, one for each stick. This is the base module. Where you mount the stick onto. This is what connects to your computer, has some extra buttons on it, has all the controller and everything. This is basically the core of the whole setup. We got two of these, so we can actually use them. They come included with the sticks. Here's the second one. Just to show that I do have two. Indeed. And then we're gonna go ahead and start with the unboxing. Might as well. Let's get the base out of here. Let's unbox these regular stick first. So let's go here. Open up the regular stick. Box is, as I said, pretty mangled, torn up. Hey, thanks for following Neofox. How are you doing today? That double voice on stream. There's a double voice? What's going on with my double voice? I've never had that issue before. Let's see. Is it? Where's the mic coming from? Oh, it's coming from my webcam. Okay, that's a problem. There we go. I think I fixed it now. Thank you for letting me know. Sweet. I appreciate you letting me know, Neofox. That is so amazing. Yeah, so here we go. We got the stick to actually unbox now. Thank you for letting me know on that. I didn't know that my webcam's mic. Let's see. Got it. Alright, so here is the VKB Gladiator NXT EVO. I ordered it last week, came in a day early today. You got a multi-way joystick here that you can click down, a 4-way hat that you can also click down, another, I think an 8-way hat, I believe here, a fire button, and then on the back side you've got this upper trigger, you got this dual stage lower trigger, and then you have this little gray button that you can hit with your pinky. And then on the side, you have the, I think this is a 4-way hat, or mini stick. It feels like a hat, but yeah, I think that is a hat. And basically it just means that you can go different directions. Some of you probably already know this, if you're in the flight sim community. But anybody who isn't, that's what that is. Basically, you have multiple controls, kind of like a D-pad, just a little bit easier to navigate on a stick like this. So yeah, that's the normal, regular one. It includes all the accessories, extras, stuff to convert it back to the original, and then, yeah, say that is that whole package. There's nothing else in here at all, just empty box. You can see nothing underneath. There's a bunch of foam. So yeah, that is our setup. That's the first stick, the normal base one. pretty simple unboxing. Again, the box got mangled a little bit, unfortunately, by FedEx, but fortunately, the foam was super padded, protective. Kept the stick from getting broken. Thank goodness. That would have been very expensive to get replaced. And then we got the Omni throttle, which isn't much different. The biggest difference here is we've got the actual, like, the tilt function that actually automatically tilts it. So this has slightly different packaging. Thank goodness this one is not the one that got destroyed. So same exact stick, just flipped for the other direction. And it has the actual Omni throttle that kind of tilts it. So that way you can use it more like a throttle than a normal stick. And then it's got the, I believe it has the same hookups, or the same extras. Yeah, here we go. Same extra goodie pack right here. If y'all can see that. So, yeah, not a whole lot of a difference. Just one's left, one's right, and one includes the tilt that makes it feel like more like a throttle. So that is the stick itself. Go ahead and put the box over there as well. Put that in the box. So I think I put the other package in its box. So yeah, we'll go ahead and move the actual base itself. This is the big part. It's got, looks like a quick installation guide here. Tells you how to set everything up. Install the grip connection. You can probably see it better if I hold it up to you all like this. And then it's got a two-side to it, so you get your USB hookups, and then everything else to like adjust it. I don't know how well you can see that. We'll be going through the setup on the online itself. And then you have all your installation accessories. You got your screwdriver, springs, your spring remover, your XY axis, or your, I think it's Y axis lock. I think that's what the axis is that it locks. And then I think some screws as well. Yeah, there are some screws. So that's what's in this little package. If you all can see it, let's go ahead, get it up to the camera just a bit. Maybe y'all can see it better. See the screwdriver in there. And then we got the cable protector for installing the actual stick itself. Pretty sure you can see that now. And then after that, we've got the USB cable. So this will be what plugs into the computer. It should be fairly long, it looks like. So it should be pretty good. And then we take the foam piece out. And we have a little protector for it. And then the base itself, finally. So here's the base. Not sure if you can see that yet or not. There you go. You get 3 push buttons. You've got some knobs and dials down here to use for different purposes, which is throttle and whatnot, depending on what you're playing. And then here's the underside of it, where basically you'll install the stick on the top side, pull the wire through, connect it on this end, and then you'll do all your adjusting and your, screwing down of everything on this side. So that will be identical on the other one. Oh, that's not the final thing, actually. There is the base plate. Ooh, a nice, strong, heavy metal base plate. So here is that, and yeah, so we that's everything that comes included with that. Nothing else in the box. You can see it's empty, and it's identical on the other setup. So no need to worry about, oh, is this going to look different for the left one or the right one? No, they are identical. Both of them There's no layout changes or anything. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and start with the setup here, because you'll see more of the pieces as we get the setup going, and we might need to turn on the light just to make it easier for ourselves on our webcam. So yeah, there we go. We have ourselves the stick that we need to first do, and we're actually going to do a little bit of an adjustment on the screen real quick. Let me just go ahead and get OBS pulled up. And I've got over here a display capture. And what we're going to do is we're going to run the display capture to, let's see, I think the webcam will go below the, yeah, we'll put it, oh no, we'll put the display capture to be lower. Go ahead and put it down here, and you should see it turn on in just a moment once I bring it up. All right. So here we go. Here's the display capture. Let's go ahead and move OBS back over off of that screen, and then we'll put down our Spotify, and we're going to go over to the setup for the or we got a video guide to set up, and then documentation as well. So lots of documentation to worry about. But let's go ahead and go through the quick setup real quick. And we've got the first step on this is, I believe, getting the stick inserted with the with this. So let's go ahead and put this plastic protector on. So yeah, that indicates all the different changes and stuff that they've got going on this time. But let's see. I think the goal here is we are... I have mounts that I have bought from Amazon that I'm going to be using. So yeah, that is what's going to be going on. Is we're going to be mounting them to my desk. I'm probably going to show you doing that here in a little bit, maybe. I don't know if it'll be boring to watch that part or not, because the mounts are specific to the brand that I bought on Amazon. But it's going to be mounted to my desk right here at the front. Looks like the quick start guide's got a lot going on here. Okay, so we got 3 screws that we were going to need. And then... yeah, let's go ahead and add all that. I believe the 3 screws... grip mount. Here we go. So yeah, we do indeed have to make sure that this is in the correct position. Go ahead and we'll put that through. Make sure it goes through correctly. And there we go. That should be in correctly, I believe, for you all. And then I believe we pull that off. And then let's see what we do next. Solidly attached base. Remove the sleeve. Secure the cable inside the base and press the grip. The base one's more hard, but don't use its... okay, so that's where the screwdrivers come in. Let's go ahead and that through. I believe this comes and plugs in right here, I believe. Sure that the stick is pretty good. Go ahead, and I do have to apologize. I have to head off. It's 4:30 a.m. Oh yeah, you're good. You're good. you get some rest, you enjoy your night, and hopefully by the time you get back up, I will hopefully have this up and running and be streaming tonight. Hopefully, because I will be doing Org Night stream again tonight for my org. We're gonna be doing some Arena Commander stuff, FPS grounds, whatnot. But it's not gonna be like flying, so it's like the worst night to actually get my sticks in to test is the night that I gotta do Org Night, and it's not gonna be flying related for once. So it's all good though. We have a good time still, and hopefully tomorrow I'll get some practice runs in after I get off work. So that's the plan. I think is to okay. Let's go ahead and make sure we get the that. Yeah, that's actually kind of difficult. No, take your time to set it up. Yeah, I'm gonna take my time to set it up for sure. It's gonna be a process, that's for sure. Um, let's see. I think I've gotten the first screw in. You can probably see it right here. Hopefully, maybe. I don't think this camera's good enough to see, but it is. It is in. So the first one down. Let's go ahead and get the second one screwed in. And I'm gonna try to screw this in on camera. And we're going to be doing an ad break here in just a few seconds. So, oh yeah, the keybinds for sure. I'm going to be using a Buzzkiller setup. So that's probably what we're going to be doing is the Buzzkiller setup. But let's see. We're going to be doing an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. So maybe we'll have time to get this third and final one of these in real quick. And then I will pause so that way you all can, not miss anything on the conversation for this. Right, I think that just finished just in time for the ad break. Surprised the ads haven't started quite yet. The tedious part is when you have to delete the user folder when a new patch drops. Oh, yeah, I think that'll be a thing. back from the ad break, everybody. I'm just messing around with the actual feel of the stick. That feels really good. Like, definitely going to be excited to actually get get used to these at some point in the near future. So yeah, and definitely reach all the buttons. And one of my buddies taught me to use it on the folders. They're the profile and the controller folder. Save those. Be more details on Twitter when I get time. Oh yeah, that'd be appreciated greatly. Yeah, honestly, that'll be something I'm gonna have to figure out. Is remembering to do that. I'm gonna need those instructions for sure. But definitely hit me up on Twitter if you want me to. If you want to tell me that whenever you have a chance. Don't worry about it tonight. You're trying to get some rest. Don't rush yourself into staying up. You know, get as much rest as you need. Appreciate you coming on and watching, and thank you for sticking around for as long as you could. So yeah, now that we've got the stick done, we've got everything screwed in. I've kind of adjusted everything. Yeah, it feels kind of nice for me. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to screw in the base. So let's get the base screws. There's the base screws. Just to dampen, we'll just tighten the screw to control the dry clutch. Oh, oh no, I just lost some screws. Thank goodness I was able to get them back without a problem. I'd have been nervous had I not gotten those screws. Yeah, let's just reset your character and bindings on the sticks. Yes, stay. Oh yeah, yeah, that'd be awesome if I can do that. Like, sweet. If I can get a backup of that, that'd be awesome. Okay, so yeah, I think we've loosened this. I kind of like them a little bit looser on the right stick, just because, you know, this is pretty, you know, major. I might remove the springs on the one on the throttle. I'm not sure if I'm going to or not, but that might be something I do. But yeah, for now, like, I'm definitely a big fan of these so far, and this is a very nice stick. Okay, so I believe this one is already comes pre-installed. Yeah, so I think that this is pretty good. I'm thinking that this is, you know, how I want to do it. So I'm just gonna get the plate. Let's see, where did I put the plate? I put it somewhere. I think I put it over here. There we go, under the USB cable.
Boost your revenue and drive growth with Google Ads. Reach high-value customers across
I wouldn't for um um yeah, I made a mistake. I think I was muted for a minute there. Um I was putting this on the wrong way. I think I hit it on accident and muted myself. That could be what that was. I hope I wasn't muted for too long. Oh, that's I don't like how that sounds. I don't like how that sounds at all. Um am I sure I'm getting this in the right spot? Um there's supposed to be a fifth screw in each base. That's what. Okay. So maybe the fifth screw is important. Maybe the fifth screw is actually kind of important there. Okay, so then I'm gonna have to go look for a final screw that I've dropped somehow. I don't like how that sounds at all. I don't know what that is. Because it looks like it's lined up right. It looks like it's fine. Concerned now. I'm greatly concerned. I really hate that. Yeah, this is oof. Yikes. It's not good. Like down extra screw. So, just kind of being weird. Let's see. figure it out once we're done with this. We'll figure that out. Yeah, so we're just finishing up with this last of the whole 5 screws on this one. Oh wait, no. The last screw is in. I put it in the bag, or it's in the bag over here. So we are good. I just gotta pull it out of the bag and put it on the other one. There we go. And that's one stick fully complete with the setup. The other one's mostly complete. I just gotta put that last screw in. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go to Buzz Killer profile to get that set up. I'm sure. Let me go ahead and get the grip mounting only. Go ahead and get the actual screw from the base. Metal plate only. There we go. There we go. That's what we need. That's the final screw for the for this setup. Let's go ahead and put all these back. Everything we don't need. So we can screw in the final thing on the other base. And then we will continue on by actually uh, going and setting up the software and everything. And that's where the camera is probably going to go off. And we're going to switch over to my VTuber because we don't have a whole lot left to do. Hardware wise, unless if we're setting up our mounts, which I don't want to do quite yet until I get things, actually squared away with everything else. So we'll hold off on the mounts for a minute. We're going to plug in USB cables. Let's get this stick back in play. Go ahead. I'd go ahead and set up the mounts, honestly. It take that long, I don't think. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong there. Let's see, because I'm going to have to get all the stuff out for that. So I'm going to do that later on. That might be a later on thing, actually. Like I said, we've got so far here, we've got both of our sticks. Ooh, very nice. Very premium feeling. It's plastic still, but like it's a high quality plastic. It doesn't feel cheap and flimsy. Looks like they really do know how to build this to make it feel good. Pinky in both of those positions. It's a bit of a weird place with the pinky. I'm not gonna lie. Just because of how I usually hold my hands when I'm holding this type of stuff, like the pinky is in a weird position. But I'll figure that out. So yeah, let's go ahead. Get the cables out. So yeah, we'll make sure we plug in the right ones first. Let's make sure we plug it in on this side of the world. Close up the other USB cable. And say we are going to step. It's probably going to be the software setup and calibration. Which might take some time. So we'll see what happens, but let's go ahead. Let's turn off our camera because I don't think you'll need this part anymore. And then display capture up to the full image. And then we will go ahead and open up our go ahead and put this underneath of our VTuber model. There we go. And we're back with the VTuber model for now. And let's go ahead and plug these into setup here. So So we've got them plugged in. So let's go ahead and figure out the next step of this real quick. And that will be actually getting the software working. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And let's see. I think the next video we need to watch is this one. And NXT and NXT EVO flashing and calibration guide for software. Okay. So
you want to get your NXT line joystick flashing and calibrated? All right. Let's start from the VKB controller website, vkbcontrollers.com, as we've got some files to download. Select the Downloads navigation button at the top of the site and grab yourself the following items.
VKB folder.
The device firmware package. The good old VKB dev config software. And the Z bootloader.
Okay.
We
So
recommend that
and
you
get
create
this.
a dedicated folder and then zip all of these archives in there.
Go ahead and get ourselves go ahead and file new folder. To do my keyboard off kilter because of this, but that's okay. That's okay. So go ahead and let's see. What's in here? And then next we go back into our video. Let's go ahead.
Maybe take them over to a nice little VKB folder on your desktop. Once cleaned up, you should have yourself a folder with the dev.
Probably actually, this is what we need to do. We need to go ahead, go to our downloads folder real quick, and actually should do is instead of that we should this back into the downloads. Should move this over here. Should move this over here. And then we should shift. Let's go ahead and go to downloads. Let's go ahead and create new folder. This is 2.16.5 or V 2.16.5. Let's go ahead and delete those two because I don't think those are what I need. Delete this. Oh wait, no. Control Z. We need that. So the sticks, and then gunfighter. So sticks. All right. Is make sure we yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. So yeah, we did get that right. All right. So CR. Yeah. Let's go ahead and make sure.
Dev config, bootloader, and a subfolder with all of the firmware files.
Yeah.
If you want to flash your device, run the Z bootloader. You may find yourself having more success with it.
So we may need to get okay. So
if you run it as an administrator. A list of detected VKB devices can be found in the bootloader's UI. Double-click the device you want to reflash, and then hit the Start Boot button.
So we will go ahead and we will reset both these. Here we get both these.
With your device now in bootloading mode, target the new firmware by clicking the little device now in bootloading mode. Double-click the device you want to reflash, and then hit the Start Boot button. With your device now in bootloading mode, target the new firmware by clicking the little menu button. Locate and then dive into the firmware package, and then the Gladiator NXT series folder. Here, the labels are pretty self-explanatory, but let's go through it quickly anyways. If you're flashing an EVO joystick, select Gladiator EVO. If you're flashing an EVO with the Omni-Throttle angle adapter, select Gladiator EVO OTA. If you're flashing
Question, like, which one do we have? Let's go ahead and reset. Okay, plug these actually. That might be what we need to do. Okay, so now we know the one with the Omni Throttle is the only one that's in. So we will go ahead. Have none loaded. So let's go ahead and go to this one. The one with the Omni Throttle. The EVO. Okay, so let's go back over to
an original
V41. V2. Steve, Z41. Let me make sure that I have site here. So let's go ahead and go over here. New website. What's the KMZ41? Know what that is. Yeah. VKB KMZ41. What's that? 41. Extenders. There's the KMZ43. No? See, let's look at this and let's see what it said. Oh, the VKB form. Okay, there we go. Just click default Z41. This is KMZ41. Okay, so maybe I'm using the KMZ41 because it is apparently that's the newer one. I'm guessing. I hope I'm right about this, but how do I know? It's difficult. Okay, so I'm not even sure. This is my best guess is that it comes with the KMZ41. That's my best guess because it is newer. It is a much newer. So this is like brand new. So this should theoretically be KMZ1s. Is my guess. Straighter again, yes. And then we got this. Go ahead and go back in here. Go ahead and go to. So this is the Omni throttle. We know that for a fact. We go ahead and open. We're gonna flash it. If this doesn't work, then we'll know we have to use the other one. Throttle right. And then let's go to this next one. Let's plug it in because this will probably read much differently. This will. All right, so that definitely reads differently. Sweet, we've got this. We've got this. So we'll go ahead and we'll start boot, and we will. Yeah, flash it. It says reset device. Should be coming up with everything now. Okay, so this is the Omni Throttle R, and this is the. All right, so yeah, I think we've got this selected now. Let's go ahead. Let's go back to our videos. Got all the downloads that we needed, so we don't need this. I don't think we need this anymore. We don't need this because we already set this up.
NXT. Select Gladiator NXT. If you're flashing an original
yeah,
NXT with the Omni throttle, select Gladiator NXT OTA.
Got this going.
Today, we've got an NXT, so, we're picking the EVO firmware. With the firmware file targeted, it's time to flash it. Hit that Flash It button. Once the device is flashed, bootloader will see itself out. Next, let's jump into the dev config software. Like with zBootloader, you'll probably have an easier time if you run this with admin berms. With dev config loaded, select the device in the device list, navigate to the Tools tab, and then click the giant red default button.
Okay, so there's a giant red. So go ahead and close out of this. We need to go back over to our File Explorer, run as administrator. Yes. To our game controller. Calibrate controllers, tools, default.
Your VKB device will restart, and then a pop-up will ask if you'd like to configure the controller. Click yes.
Ask me if I want to set up the controller. Set it up. Okay, so not sure exactly what's going on here with the how long we have to wait, but we'll see what happens.
The device will restart once again. Finally, it's time for calibration. Navigate to the test section at the bottom of the window, and then the access panel above. In the Tools tab, click Start Calibration. Like with ZBootloader, you'll probably have an easier time if you run this with admin berms. With devconfig loaded, select the device in the device list, navigate to the Tools tab, and then click the giant red default button.
Okay, I need to calibrate this controller.
Your VKB device will restart, and then a pop-up will ask ZBootloader. With devconfig loaded, select the device in the device list, navigate to the Tools tab, and then click the giant red default button. Your VKB device will restart, and then a pop-up will ask if you'd like to configure the controller. Click yes, and the device will restart once again. Finally, it's time for calibration. Navigate to the test section at the bottom of the window, and then the access panel above. In the Tools tab, click Start Calibration. Start slowly moving the joystick along all the axes. Pitch, roll, twist, mini throttle, running the range of each axis a couple of times. Don't push hard against any edge during these movements. With the test axis panel open, you can see the readout of these movements. By default, the A1 mini stick is in the digital POV mode. Push the mini stick in to switch it to axis mode, indicated by the red LED, and get that calibrated too. Clicking the End Calibration button ends the calibration process.
Okay, so yeah.
Finally,
Calibration.
it's time for calibration.
So
Navigate to the test section at the bottom of the window, and then the access panel above. In the Tools tab, click Start Calibration. Start slowly moving the joystick along all the axes. Pitch, roll, twist, mini throttle, running the range of each axis a couple of times. Don't push hard against any edge during these movements. With the test axis panel open, you can see the readout of these movements. By default, the A1 mini stick is in the digital POV mode. Push the mini stick in to switch it to axis mode, indicated by the red LED, and get that calibrated too. Clicking the End Calibration button ends the calibration process. Now, your Gladiator NXT or NXT EVO joystick is ready for takeoff.
Okay, I am confused. I am very confused here.
With the test axis panel open, you can see the readout of these movements. By default, the A1 mini stick is in the digital POV mode. Push the mini stick in to switch it to axis mode, indicated by the red LED, and get that calibrated too.
Okay.
Clicking the End Calibration button ends the calibration process. Now, your Gladiator NXT or NXT EVO joystick is ready for takeoff.
Zapier's easy automation can send every marketing lead directly into your sales team's pipeline. We work.
Go back. So let's go ahead and plug this one back in. Let's unplug this one and then plug the other one back in.
Clicking the End Calibration button ends the calibration process.
Calibration. Okay, so that's the x-axis and that's the y-axis. Okay. End calibration. All right. So next, we gotta repeat this step for the next stick. So I'm plugging that back in with the USB. So let's go ahead and the next step is going to be making sure we get that one. Okay, let's go ahead and default on that. So go ahead and second. Figure it. It'll reboot everything. And then, hey there, Kyosha. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you stopping by. I finally got my sticks today. So I'll be hitting you all up sometime soon for some low flying action. Appreciate you joining in. Honestly, we're just trying to fumble around figuring this out. I've got another hour that I can stream before I have to get off. I have a class that I got to go do for a couple hours. So let's hope I can get this figured out. But yeah, this is super exciting. Let's see, got to calibrate the controller. So the next part is we got to go down to the test, axes, start calibration. And then we're going to go ahead and head down here, head up here, got that in the middle. Go ahead and forward, back, left, right, and then up, down. Turn on this. Oh, it's not that one. It's this one. So this one, awesome. Got that taken care of. Oh no, I made a mistake. I think this one's not being calibrated. This is the one that's being calibrated. So yeah, let's go ahead and make sure. Okay, yeah, so there we go. We've got this quite well calibrated. I'm pretty sure. I'm confident with this. So I'm going to end calibration. And that means we are set up. We are ready to go. So the next step is actually setting up the actual sticks themselves. So let's get them set up in game. We're going to use Buzzkiller's setup. So I've got the resource here from Buzzkiller. Let's see. I don't think I need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. Don't need this anymore. I don't think. Well, this I don't need for sure. This I don't need for sure. Buzzkiller. So we're using this Buzzkiller's format. He's got his YouTube channel and we've got his actual stuff. So let's go ahead and let's just download this whole package. So yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll set this up. We'll go into his video about it. Here we go. It's the last video he made, so it's easy to find. So let's see. We got to deal with these ads. Don't like these ads at all, but oh well, we got to deal with them.
Hello, Star Citizens. Welcome back to the channel. My
So
name is
we're
Buzzkiller, and for the past 4 years,
trying to figure
I've been
this
creating
setup
and sharing
out.
my bindings for Star Citizen. Yes, I know it's been a while since my last video, but if you've been following me on Twitter, Reddit,
He's
and
been
Spectrum, you'll know I've
slow
continued to update
seeing
my
any
bindings
videos,
for
but
every
at least he's
patch
posting on
since
Spectrum and Twitter.
3.3. Since 3.13, I've been providing bindings for 5 different dual joystick and HOTAS setups. The current lineup consists of the dual Thrustmaster T16000.
So this is super exciting to actually get these sticks finally, and I'm trying to figure this out.
And a Virpal HOTAS consisting of a Virpal Alpha and a Virpal CM3 throttle. And finally, with the help of Subliminals TV, the dual VKB Gladiator NXT
Sticks
setup.
we fly
If you're
soon.
watching
Yes,
this,
indeed.
chances
Enjoy
are
your
you've heard of my
Tarkov session.
bindings and
Appreciate
like to
you
use
stopping
them.
by.
In
Thank
this
you for the
video, I'll be
support.
going over how to
Super
download
exciting that I got
and
my sticks
import
in.
my binding files into
Yeah,
Star
so
Citizen
appreciate
from
the support that you
3.17
gave for
and
just dropping
beyond.
in
This
and
video
dropping a
should
follow
stay
as
relevant
well.
until CIG makes any drastic changes, at which point I'll have to remake the video again for a 3rd time. So without further ado, let's get started.
So we're watching his video to get these sticks set up.
Let's start off
And
by
we
discussing
will
hardware, specifically how you should plug in your input devices. You see, Star Citizen is very finicky when it comes to joystick numbers. For example, sometimes your right joystick will be configured as joystick 1. Other days, it'll randomly swap over and become joystick 2. This obviously causes issues with your bindings. In order to minimize the chances of the swap occurring, when plugging in your joysticks, I recommend doing so in the same order and into the same USB slot every time. If you do find your joysticks are swapped, don't worry too much. I'll tell you how to fix that later in the video. Now let's talk about USB hubs. If you're plugging your joysticks into one of these devices, it can cause complications with your joystick numbers. Some hubs initialize their slots in a random order. Others don't. I'm currently using an Insignia brand powered USB hub that runs off my computer's USB-C slot. This USB hub has not given me any issues whatsoever in Star Citizen, so if you're interested, I'll leave an Amazon link in the description so you can purchase one for yourself. Another thing that can throw off your joystick number is having extra analog input devices connected to your computer. Make sure when you're playing Star Citizen to only plug in the peripherals that you absolutely need. Avoid things like MFD button panels, game pads, rudder pedals, 3D mice, mini gaming keyboards like the Razer Tartarus, or anything that has an analog joystick attached to it. If any of these are plugged into a USB port or connected via Bluetooth, remove them before playing Star Citizen. Also, disable any virtual joystick devices you may have installed, such as VJoy. Other accessories like cameras, head tracking devices, and VR headsets, or even game glass devices shouldn't cause any issues. On a side note, a lot of people have asked me if they can add an extra throttle or rudder
Set
pedals
these
to
up
their
again
profile with my bindings.
in the correct place.
And while Star
So,
Citizen
yeah.
will support up to 5 input devices, when you have 3 or more devices plugged in, untangling their joystick numbers in the game becomes an absolute nightmare. And this is the primary reason I don't support binding setups with more than 2 devices. That's not to say you can't do it, but you're going to have issues. With the hardware out of the way, let's talk about software. When you get your new joysticks, you'll want to make sure you have the latest drivers and software for them. Mid-range and high-end sticks, like the VKBs and Virpals, usually require an initial firmware update as well as calibration and setup, while entry-level sticks like the Thrustmasters will generally work just fine out of the box. Make sure you follow the instructions on your joystick manufacturer's website when setting up your sticks. A quick note about the Thrustmaster sticks.
Stuff set up for it.
I repeat, do not install Target. It does not play well with Star Citizen and will mess up your imported bindings. For many of my binding setups, I like to use modifiers to increase the amount of available buttons on the stick. However, Star Citizen, for some unknown reason, does not support the ability to use joystick buttons as modifiers. It does, however, let you use specific keyboard keys, such as Control, Alt, and Shift, as modifiers. Therefore, I use a little program called Joy2Key that allows me to emulate keyboard buttons and even certain mouse functions with my joystick. Currently, as of 3.17, the profiles that require Joy2Key are as follows: the dual T16s, the dual Vorpal Alphas, and the Thrustmaster FCS HOTAS. The dual VKBs and the Verbal HOTAS profiles do not require Joy2Key to operate. So let's talk about Joy2Key. As I mentioned, Joy2Key is a great little program that can be used to emulate keyboard and mouse functions using your joystick
It's
button.
based on the files.
To get the program, follow the link in the description of this video. While Joy2Key is shareware, the developer will ask you to pay a $7 fee to register it. If you don't, you'll occasionally get a pop-up when you start the program. I suggest going ahead and paying the $7 fee, as the developer does a great job of keeping the program up to date. Now that you have Joy2Key downloaded and installed, let me show you step by step how to download and import my binding files into Star Citizen and Joy2Key. Okay, so in the description of this video is a link to my Dropbox. This is where I keep all of my joystick bindings and binding charts.
Yeah.
So clicking that link will bring you here,
Install Joy2Key.
and you can see right now there are 4 folders. There's the current live build, which is 3.16, the current PTU build, which is 3.17, got blank binding charts, and old files. The blank binding charts are all of my binding charts that if you want to create your own bindings, you can download these and then put your bindings on them. Some of them are fillable PDFs, some of them you'll have to edit with other software.
So yeah,
The old files are all the old legacy bindings for all the versions of Star Citizen I've supported, in case you like something from a previous build. Now, some of these older ones probably won't work because the structure has changed quite a bit. But we're going to talk about 3.17. So 3.17 PTU is our current build. So we're going to click on that. And you can see I have a folder for each of the setups I support. So the dual T16s, the dual Vorpal Alphas, so on and so forth. There's also a README file here. Now, if this video is a bit out of date, or if you're having issues, check this README. It'll always have the most updated instructions on how to import the bindings, and it has some great troubleshooting tips and other setup tips for you. So make sure to check that README. Okay, so we're going to use the Vorpal Alphas as an example. So I'm going to go to Bindings, Dual Vorpal Alphas. And you can see in here there's several files. There's 2 alpha Joy2Key
setup
profiles, a regular and a mirrored version. We've got the dual alpha binding chart, which is just a graphical representation of all the bindings. And then you've got the actual exported bindings here. So the Joy2Key files will go into Joy2Key, the exported files will go into your Star Citizen folder, and then the chart will go wherever you want so that you can quickly access it and learn the bindings. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and select all of these files and click download.
This is a
step by step as well. Download folder.
This is actually up to date. We may follow this instead. We may not even follow the video. 319 my clear bindings file no longer works. Use the built-in clear bindings function to build, and the instruction, the detailed instructions. Find your Space Industry folder. So we'll go ahead and it's off to the side. What we'll actually do is if we can go down here, we've got let's go ahead and go downloads, and then we go to README here. All right. So now that we got this set up here, we're going to go ahead and find Space Industry folder. So we'll go ahead, we'll go to C, go to Program Files, Robert Space Industries, Star Citizen, and we're not going to game because I've set this up very special. There's a set of instructions on YouTube that allows you to basically run multiple versions of Star Citizen without having to download every single one and have it all filling up your hard drive. So basically, it kind of creates symbolic links to each. So most of the files are held within here, but whatever each one needs will also be within each one. And all I got to do is verify every time I go in, verify the files. So this should work without a problem. So the next thing I need to do, deleting the user folder to clear out any old bindings. I don't have any old bindings. Client 0. So we don't have any bindings at all. I don't think. Yeah, I got no mappings whatsoever. So, I just think let's create a fresh user folder. Go to Star Citizen instance user. Controls, customizations. All right, so we're gonna have to go into the game real quick, and we will make sure to acknowledge that. Over here to this other screen for just a second while I do this, so I have the instructions up. So let's go ahead and head on into the game. We're waiting for this to load real quick. You can see I've got my setup going for reshade. So that's why that extra little pop up at the top was of the window with the game in it. Ooh. Blindingly bright, the white on there. Let's see. Full screen for me. I'm not sure what's going on today where this is an issue, but yeah, normally NVIDIA NIS working, and now it's not wanting to work. That's okay though. What we'll do is we'll go to key bindings, advanced control customization. We'll go ahead and go to control profiles, and we'll go ahead and clear all device bindings. And then under clear all device bindings, click on options, key bindings. Oh wait, let's see, we've got return to the game, select options, key bindings, advanced control customization, control profiles, clear all bindings, and select your keyboard, mouse, gamepad, none, joystick, VKB, sim1, joystick. See, your joystick 1, your joystick 2. See, let's go ahead and clear all device bindings. Evil. See, this Switched. The chat. Yeah, that's all right. So we'll go ahead. We'll head back on in. Let's go ahead. Yes. Go to controls, key bindings. Actually, advanced control profiles. Clear all device bindings. Keyboard, mouse, none. That's the correct one. I'm not sure. Sure that we got everything set up properly. Device bindings, we'll go to keyboard, mouse, VKB, sim1. So this should be number 2 when it's set up and actually plugged in. So we've got that set up. We next need to go ahead and go to what's the next step in the process? I'm gonna get the screen pulled back up. Turn to the game, click on, okay, so yeah. When you have a clean-ish slate, you can load my binding file. From the main menu, click on Options, Key, Binds, Advanced Customize. Now you have a cleanish slate, you can load my binding file. From the main menu, click on the Options, Key, Binds, Advanced Controls, Customization. Control Profiles, BK, Dual, Keyboard, VKB1, VKB2, or VKB2. Options, the Arena Commander, load. Let's go graphics and change our UI. Is there a way to change it? Completely. Slate. Okay, launch into Arena Commander, free flight. Let's test bindings. Okay, let's go back. Let's go to Arena Commander and go to free flight. We're not going to do master modes free flight. We're just going to do regular free flight. We're going to grab my trusty old C1 because that works just fine for getting step started. We will launch.
Systems on.
Let's make sure that we are indeed moving forward. This is going the opposite way of what it needs to go. So we need to invert this axis. So the right stick controls strafely great, skips the next paragraph. However, the right stick ship strafe, you'll have to swap the devices in the console to do so, or for the right stick moves the ship and strafe. Tilde, PP, quotes and press enter. Okay, so this is doing what it needs to do. This is strafing. This is going up. This is going down. Go ahead. Oh, I think I made a mistake. Okay, yeah, that's a mistake that I made. All right. So we go to F4 or up. This is weird. What's going on here? Is it because of am I hitting that button? Okay, so something's going on where I'm like maybe hitting that button on accident. Let me check. This is possibly what this is, isn't it? Please. Which style that? Yes. Awesome. So we have six now. Here, due to bug and rebind Pitchion rule in the keybinds. Let's go ahead and do that next. Menu. Jesus. To do this, go to options, keybinds. As fast as we can until we can hopefully re-enter. Right, so we got that. Next, slow down enough time. Let's go ahead and pull back. So let's hopefully slow down a bit. So yeah. Go down. To go up. I don't want to think the axes on here. So yeah, let's go to keybinds. Let's go to options, keybinds, advanced flight controls, customization, change the keyboard and mouse to HOTAS joystick. And click on flight movement, and then your right stick forward. Okay. To expand the menu, double click on the pitch. It says right stick forward, hold it until the binding is set. Next, select yaw. Yaw. Weapons. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Is it this button? I think it's this button, isn't it? there we go. That's okay. So that's set up. We're forward to go up, back to go down. Okay, so we need to switch. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to key bindings, controls, advanced controls, and then test setup. Okay, so switch mining layers. You're okay. See, should get good now. Test bindings arena commander. Nope. Okay, so the question is now is like how to reverse the axis on this, because this feels like the okay, there's someone that's targeting me. I feel like this is not very intuitive. Go ahead and go back over here to let's go ahead and back over to this. See how to swap the axes on this right now.
Hi everybody, Rob Keys here, and I am playing Star Citizen, and right now they've just begun inviting people to try the PvP stuff, but before you do, you might want to switch your control scheme. So right now, if you press escape and go to key bindings, there's no way to rebind your keyboard, mouse controls.
That's an old setup. So I think there's got to be a way that we can swap the axis, right? Like, swap the axis. Okay, swap the axis, right? Like, there's gotta be a way. Okay, control options. See controls, inversion settings, light movement. So I think it's the pitch and yaw. Let's go ahead and back. Let's go ahead and escape. Let's deploy again. Let's just deploy. So
Industries, a journey worth taking. Systems on.
yeah, this still doesn't feel right to me. So let me go ahead. Options, controls. Oh, we're on mouse. Okay, that's why. Let's go no. Let's switch to this. Inversion, light movement. I think this is yaw and yes. That. Okay. So this is still not right. I think that's what it did. I think pitch. Self and offline. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and make sure this, like, I'm almost certain that what's happened here is that is fine. That's fine. It's just this. Okay. Okay. So options, controls, settings, flight movement. So go ahead and so something weird's going on right now, like set up right. So yeah, I think what the Y. We go with yeah. Two. Let's go to controls and version settings. Which has two. There we go. That's what this is. Save everything else at a no. There we go. I think that's all that again. So. Also the opposite still. Okay. I'm trying. Go to Hodex 2, settings, flight, movement. So we stop. Stop. So what's the next step? Next step is probably Joy to Key, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. I think it's the Joy to Key setup. Let's go ahead and exit that. We'll go ahead and pull up our instructions again for the Joy to Key. Did I exit him? Did I get rid of him? No way, right? Like, oh wait, no. I did not. They were just in another tab. Awesome. So yeah, Joy to Key, downloaded it. Do not click on any ads. That's a mistake. Follow instructions on the website. I don't have the $7 at the moment, so I'll pay him later on. If you're having issues getting Joy to Key, download and place 2 Joy to configs into your documents. Another way to find this folder is to start. Click File. Okay, so let's go ahead and start Joy to Key. Actually, don't need this anymore, I don't think. Data and File Explorer. And then in your documents folder, place the file in the folder, restart Joy to Key, and select the correct file in the left column if the config doesn't show up. Okay, so we need to go with the 2 configs here. Copy them. Restart. File exit. File restart. We'll go ahead and put these in the VKB setup folder for now. Restart. And we'll select this. Let's go ahead and sketch this up at least. So we'll go ahead and go controls. Go to do we? What happened? someone shoot me? I don't think so. Like someone's shooting. What's worse is I'm standing still, so they should be able to hit me if I'm standing still. Okay. So I think that's see. Said 1.3. So and yellow 1.3 is 2 scrape up and down. Be 3. Same thing. Three, 2, down. So this is 2. And we go here. Need this. This is stick 1. So we go ahead, turn to game. Backwards. It's lower, it's raising. Awesome. So I think we've got this all set up now. This will have to take some practice to get used to. Okay. Okay. This is really good. Got it. I think we've got it all set up and figured out. So yeah, that is getting everything set up. I think the only other thing we have to worry about is like basically all the troubleshooting steps, but that's if you have to do troubleshooting. I think everything else though, I need to maybe restart my computer, but otherwise I'm good to go on my setup here, and we will basically after that be done with everything. So yeah, this is great. Awesome that we got this done. So I thank you all who all stuck around for joining in, and appreciate you all just coming in and supporting me as I set these up. It's been a long, kind of more boring-ish stream, I guess. I hope you all enjoyed it though, even though it is kind of a different type of stream. And yeah, I'm gonna be back later on tonight doing Orgnite stuff, and we will be doing Arena Commander tonight, hopefully. So yeah, we'll see you then at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I hope you all have a fantastic night. Thank you, and we'll go ahead and go raid somebody real quick. Let's just do a real quick raid. Let's see who's on. We got Blasphemous. You got, let's see, who else is on Twitch right now with the raids? Twitch.tv. Is Space Tomato on? Who's all on right now? Gabby's. We got Jones. We got Citizen Her. Okay, yeah, so we've got a few different options. We'll probably head on over to Chachi. I'll actually go to Chachi because he's a pretty good guy. So yeah, let's go ahead and head on over to Chachi. Y'all will probably hear him in the background. Chachi _Sanchez. He's playing Escape from Tarkov, but he also does stuff with Star Citizen as well. Go ahead and start the raid. Go ahead and go support him real quick, and I hope y'all have a great day. Thank you all for hanging out, and I'll see y'all later on tonight.
Oh, please don't raid me right now. Ah, Steelwicker, welcome, buddy. Someone's being a real dick today. Can't win. You can't win sometimes. Hey, how are you doing? Doing very good. Very good. Stir Freezy. That son of a bitch. Ah, bastard. What did he kill me with? I guess I can't see because it's my scav. No. It's just some people are always angry and gonna shoot on sight. That bastard. Gets us straight back to what we were gonna do, is head to customs. So, yeah, dude, thank you so much for the raid, man. I appreciate it. Oh, how was your raid, buddy? I normally do Star Citizen in VR, so you're catching me on my off day playing some Tarkov. I'm actually doing pretty well, so. Alright, I think we're just ready to roll here. Welcome, we had a good time. Just set up my new VKBs. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Those are a ball. I love mine. Do you get the Omni on the left, or you do double Hosos? Alright, just going straight into customs now. 6 a.m., 6 p.m. I think we go 6 p.m. Omni on the left. Hell yeah, dude. You, it's one. They have a video that shows you how to set up and do everything, but I was able to make my way through it fairly easy just by kind of looking around at the instruction leaflet that they gave you. So, not bad. It's a great stick. I came from the X52 Pro, and it feels so good. Like the action on it, maybe I could probably go to a lighter spring, but I like the stiffness, and I got big arms and muscles, so it's not too big of a deal for me. But yeah, glad you could drop by. Do you ever play Tarkov? Coming from a T-Flight Hotos 4. Ah, okay. You have not. Have you ever watched or seen it? Do you know what's up about it? Do you know why people love it? Or have you only just heard in rumor? Only ever heard about it, never fully understood it. Well, if you got time and you want to watch me do a raid, I should be loading in really quickly. But the gist is this is like, you know what Path of Exile is? Tarkov is the Path of Exile of FPS games. I am level 17, and that means that I have 17 more levels of being able to, run faster, hold my breath longer to shoot, jump higher, carry more weight and stuff like that. So you level up, and as you do whatever you do, you level that up in tandem with it. So if you carry around a bunch of shotgun ammo and heavy metal stuff in your backpacks and walk around, you're going to level up your strength. If you're always running, you're going to level up your endurance type of thing. On top of that, it's also like an RPG in the fact that you get a big gigantic quest stash inventory that you saw me in my hideout with, and that inventory is finite. You go out into a raid and you pick the guns, the TACCOMs, the helmet, the eyes, extra ammo, grenades and stuff like that. You go out into a raid, and then if you get shot in the face and you die, you lose every single bit of that gear. If you kill other players and other NPCs, you get to take their gear. If you survive and find a way to get out of the raid and extract, then you get to keep all of that gear. And then that's basically the gameplay loop. To keep you busy is a constant amount of quests and leveling and player or traders that you use to buy gear and ammo and stuff from. Most of their good stuff is blocked behind leveling up and getting to levels and doing all sorts of other stuff. As well as there's like a hideout area where you stay and you're kind of like, your stash is. They got a trophy room, a weapons course, a weapons range that you can shoot and practice your stuff on, a gun bench that lets you mod and fully kit out any weapon. And I'll show you if you got time if we get out and you're still here. The